right, quick question. How many times today have you said the word good? Be honest. More than 3? Yeah, I thought so. But look, no shame in that. Here's the thing. If you keep using the same basic words like over and over, your English is gonna sound repetitive. And let's be real, kinda boring. So today we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna show you how to replace those overused words with way better ones. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll sound more fluent, more confident, and just cooler in English. Oh, and before we start, if you've ever been in a conversation, totally blanked on a word and just said good or bad to save yourself, yeah, I feel you. That's why you should subscribe. I make videos to help you sound natural in English, and I promise I'll keep it fun and easy for you. And all right, let's do this. All right, so before we get into the words, let me tell you why this matters. Using words like good, bad, very, and nice isn't technically wrong, but if you use them all the time, your English starts to sound flat. Imagine watching a movie where every line is like, that's good, this is bad, I'm very happy. Not exactly exciting, right? Now, imagine someone who says, that's fantastic, this is awful, I'm absolutely thrilled. You can actually feel what they mean. That's the difference. Better words. Better words make your speech more interesting, more expressive, and honestly, just more fun to listen to. All right, enough talking. Let's actually do this. I'm gonna give you some basic words we all overuse and then show you some way better words you can use instead. Let's go. Stop saying good. Try these instead. Amazing. When something really impresses you, you can say amazing. For example, this restaurant is amazing instead of this restaurant is good. Fantastic. When something is super exciting, like your English is fantastic instead of your English is good. Decent. When something is just okay, not great, but not bad, you can say it's decent. For example, the food was decent instead of the food was good. Impressive. When something stands out, you can say impressive. For example, your work is really impressive instead of your work is good. Exceptional. When something is truly outstanding. For example, her skills are exceptional instead of just saying her skills are good. Remarkable. For something that is really noticeable, you say remarkable. For example, the progress you've made is remarkable instead of just saying your progress is good. Superb. When something is excellent in quality, you say superb. For example, the performance was absolutely superb. Stop saying bad. Use these instead. Terrible. For something really bad. For example, that movie was terrible instead of that movie was bad. Disgusting. For things like food or behavior. For example, this soup tastes disgusting instead of the soup is bad. Unacceptable for serious situations. For example, his behavior was unacceptable instead of his behavior was bad. Awful, when something is just horrible. For example, this weather is awful instead of saying this weather is bad. Atrocious, for extreme cases. For example, her customer service was absolutely atrocious instead of her customer service was bad. Dreadful, for something extremely unpleasant. For example, the conditions were absolutely dreadful. Appalling, for shocking or offensive things. For example, the way they treated him was appalling. Stop saying very. Use stronger words instead. Instead of very tired, say exhausted. For example, I'm exhausted after work. Instead of very happy, say ecstatic. For example, I was ecstatic when I got the job. Instead of very angry, say furious. For example, she was furious when she heard the news. Instead of very interesting, say fascinating. For example, that documentary was fascinating. Instead of very sad, say heartbroken. For example, he was heartbroken after the breakup. Instead of very smart, say brilliant. For example, that idea is brilliant. Instead of very big, say enormous. For example, that house is enormous. Instead of very small, say tiny. For example, the puppy was so tiny. All right, let's put this into practice. I'm going to say a sentence with a basic word and I want you to upgrade it. Say it out loud. Ready? Okay, first one. This book is very good. Try saying it in a better way. You could say, this book is fantastic. Or, this book is outstanding. See how much stronger that sounds? All right, next one. The weather is very bad today. What's a stronger way to say that? Think a little bit. You might say, the weather is dreadful today. Or, the weather is terrible. Awesome. Now, let's do another one. How about, I'm very tired. Give me a better way to say it. Think a little. You could say, I'm exhausted, or I'm completely drained. Much better, right? All right, the last one. Her presentation was good. What's a stronger way to say that? Try, her presentation was remarkable, or her presentation was impressive. Boom! That's it, you just leveled up your vocabulary. Now, I know what you might be thinking now to yourself, guys. Okay, these words are great, but how do I actually remember to use them? That's where stories help. Let me show you how. Imagine you're describing your weekend to a friend. Instead of saying, I had a good time, say, I had an amazing time. Instead of the food was nice, try, the food was absolutely delicious. You see, small changes, to be honest with you, make a big difference. Let's take it up a notch. Imagine you're writing a review. Instead of saying, the service was bad, try, the service was unacceptable. Sounds way more professional, right? All right, real talk. One mistake a lot of learners make is trying to memorize 100 new words at once. That's just not gonna stick. Instead, pick 5 new words from this video, just 5. Write them down, try using them in a text message, in a conversation, even in your thoughts. Make them a part of your daily life. And here's a hack. Whenever you hear someone using a cool word, write it down. Keep a little word bank on your cell phone. Trust me, it works. All right, that's it for today. If this video helped you, please hit that like button down there. It's quicker than trying to say atrocious 5 times in a row. Atrocious, just like it, you know? It's much quicker. And if you want more fun ways to upgrade your English, don't forget to subscribe. New videos every week, and I promise no boring textbook stuff, just real English you can actually use.